All right, Cancer. Welcome to your Mercury Retrograde Chakra Tarot reading, January 30 through February 20. Hope you're doing well. And one more shuffle after this. We'll start with the root chakra. We'll be checking the 7 main chakras, see what comes up for you. See what may be coming up as a repeated pattern behavior for you to be addressing during Mercury retrograde. All love Mercury retrograde, right? Okay, so root chakra, please, for Cancer. All right, Hierophant in reverse and Judgment card. Okay. All right, so Cancer, you are probably looking at things kind of out of the box. You're probably stepping out of your box. It's probably bringing up a lot of fears for you, especially around approval, making sure that you're not stepping on people's toes, even though you kind of want to, but that might be something that is going to come up for you. Okay, as far as the Judgment card that I'm receiving, that kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm already talking about, because you do not like to be judged. Okay, and that's something that can really rock your world if someone is you feel like someone's coming after you. Here's the thing though, I think a lot with this is that that's your perception. It may not even really be what's happening. Oftentimes when we think that people are attacking us, and we're just probably taking things a little bit too personally. So make sure that that you are not creating something bigger that is not even there, or maybe just a little bit, and is really inconsequential to your world. So just make sure that that's not taking you out, and then you're spending the whole 3 weeks ruminating over it. Okay, so let's take a look at your sacral. Oh, the other thing I'm going to say that I'm getting here too, for some of you Cancers, if you're going through something legally right now, just make sure that nothing is missed. If something is being put together, I'm thinking like paperwork, something like that. Just be really, really mindful of that. Okay, so let's take a look at the sacral for you. Sacral for Cancer, Mercury retrograde. Hold on 1 second while I retrieve that. Okay. Things are just flying out. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles, the Devil, Ace of Pentacles. So you got 4 cards that flew out here, 2 of Wands. So a lot of healing in the sacral area. Okay, you're holding a lot in here, which is a very common thing in the sacral area anyway for most people. But here's the thing, you have been really striving, to become your own person. You've been really trying to work on your own sense of independence, because relationships are really big for you, and relationships tend to make you feel much more complete and whole. Again, a very, very common thing, but it's almost like you feel like if you were to kind of step out on your own, it's almost like then you might be feeling like lonely. You might be feeling some regret with that. You might be feeling like it's too much even to be standing on your own, if that makes sense. Okay, so here's the thing. If you are wanting that, you might be looking at it from a particular angle that tends to be a little bit more superficial. So whether you coming into, you stepping into a different position where you want to stand on your own, because either there's some monetary gain from it, you know, or some sort of thing where you think that the outside thing might boost your self-esteem and make you feel more worthy, then that might be something to be careful of. If you're going to do you, whether it's like a project, business venture of some sort, and you want to kind of step into the limelight and in almost like a solo type of position, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Otherwise, it's going to feel like it's taking you away from the people who mean the most to you. Family, close friends, your tribe, whatever that case may be. Make sense? Okay, solar plexus for Cancer, solar plexus for Cancer. Solar plexus for Cancer. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so 4 of Swords. So during the Mercury retrograde period of time, you may want to pause, take a pause when you start to overthink. Okay, it's going to be really, really valuable for you to kind of lay low, especially if you can already feel the energy getting to be a little bit too much for you, because Cancer, you know, I mean, you're a very emotional sign anyway, so it's going to be, it can be very, very intense if it hasn't already started for you. So take that breath, take that pause, because for some of you, if you stress yourself out a little bit too much, you're going to weaken your immune system. You're going to feel sick. Okay, so so in line with what I was saying in the sacral, there's also going to be something here where you may feel really, really insecure. You're going to feel like you're being scrutinized, and that's going to make you want to like not either make decisions or do something out of fear for the scrutiny or what can come your way. Okay, so again, a lot of that can be due to the overthinking. So make sure that you pause. Make sure that you give yourself that mental break. Let's take a look at the heart for Cancer. Ten of Wands and Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So really interesting stuff here with the heart, because it feels like you are burdening yourself with guilt. You might be regretting something where you acted too fast. So when I say that, let me be a little bit more specific. You might have spent a little bit too much. You might have done something that you thought was going to make yourself feel better and it didn't. Okay, so you tend to kind of beat yourself up too sometimes, just way unnecessarily. It's like it goes way beyond like taking personal responsibility. So you are carrying this burden. The thing is, you need to let it go. You need to learn from your mistakes. That's the whole point of Mercury retrograde, is for us to learn. So learn from your mistakes. If it's a money thing, then then put some checkpoints in place for you before you spend. And also, if you're trying to do something to make yourself feel better, check your motives. It's always important to check your motives, because a lot of times we think we're doing things for the right reason when really we're acting out of fear or trying to control the situation or other people. And you want to be careful of that, especially if you want to maintain relationships for the long term. So let's take a look at the throat. throat, throat for Cancer, Mercury retrograde, throat for Cancer, Mercury retrograde. Hanged Man. Cancer, you are a social individual. You may be extroverted at times, you may be introverted at times. You know, that's really neither here nor there. But when it comes to that, especially in the throat center, you may okay, so let me back up a little bit. So first off, what I'm getting is watch what you say around certain people, okay? And the fact that you're getting the Hanged Man card here is because you don't want to say something that you're going to have to feel like you have to explain why you said it. Okay, if it, you know how things can kind of be taken out of context. So whether that's even like on text or, on a social media platform, just be mindful. Check everything before you post or send a message, because otherwise it's going to be a situation like you're just going to have to like explain, and it can make things worse, or like it can just draw out a situation longer than it's necessary. Okay. Third eye for Cancer, please. Third eye for Cancer. Third eye for Cancer. Okay, only one card. Lover's card. Okay, so again, one, think before you speak, especially when it comes to your romantic partnerships. And the other thing too here is to come from a place of understanding. If you're an empath, I know that's not going to be hard, but still don't let the fact that you just know things stop you from the conversations, because even though you can feel or know certain things, giving the other person space to be able to express themselves and feel understood and feel seen by you is going to be extremely helpful, especially during this time. The other thing is, don't impute any wrong motives on your partner either. Be careful of that. Okay, meaning that you think you know why they're saying or doing something, and you could be just completely off, empath or not. Okay, so crown for Cancer, crown for Cancer, crown chakra for Cancer. Strength card in reverse and 10 of Pentacles. So things do not always have to, for things to be good, they don't always necessarily have to be your way. Okay, you can still enjoy things the way that they come out, even if it wasn't by your hand, or by your, how should I say, by your orchestration. Okay, still give yourself the permission to enjoy things, even if someone gives them to you. Okay, that is incorporated in the 10 of Pentacles that I'm seeing here. The Strength card in reverse is basically meaning like kind of taking your ego out of it. So if someone gives you something, if someone presents you with something, give yourself the permission to embrace that. Give yourself the permission to even receive, and just take your ego out of it. Okay, so let's say during Mercury retrograde, there's a particular situation that comes up, and let's say you talk about it and, and it's fine. You're working on forgiveness. You're trying to get past the thing. And let's say that person invites you to dinner, gives you something, whatever the case may be. Don't let your ego get in the way of the blessing. Okay? So if any of these resonated with you, please comment below, like, share, subscribe. I hope you have a very smooth Mercury retrograde and, grow incredibly from it. Thank you so much for watching, and then I will see you next time.